밑에 애들 해주는 거 아니야?
Both legs were crushed directly. He almost lost consciousness after severe pain. The man is in a weak Jiangxiu, sneered and picked up another needle, punching his cheek hard. Not satisfied yet, pulling the needle into his neck. And his subordinates brought a bucket of gasoline, spiked on Jiangxiu's broken legs. Next moment, the lighter lit up with a snap. A ball of flame instantly swallowed Jiangxiu's lower body.
한 달간 밥 먹이지 말고 약만 먹이가 내다 버리라.
In this dream, it actually started with a seemingly ordinary driver service. The driver Jiangxiu sent the customer to his destination safely. The other party waved his hand. Take out a look for the money. Jiangxiu was stunned for a moment and hadn't come back to his senses yet. The other party said mysteriously, wait for me here for 10 minutes and I'll be back soon. Before leaving, he handed over 2 bottles of drinks. Stubborn to clink cups with Jiangxiu, seeing the other person tilted his head and drank it all. Jiangxiu didn't want to go down too much. But within a few minutes, the feeling of dizziness and soft limbs surges like a tide. Just as his consciousness gradually blurs, a group of policemen pulled the door open, dragged him out of the car and announced coldly, you were arrested on the spot for violating the drug management law. Li Jiangxi was taken into the police car. Don't know at all. I am approaching the most important turning point in my life. In the detention center, Jiangxiu was bullied by various kinds of, but fortunately, he met the prosecutor Zhu Guangxi, this seemingly ordinary middle-aged man, but there are cold eyes. It's a ruthless spirit that you will never give up until you achieve your goal. Here is a shocking truth about the workplace. South Korea has 2,500 prosecutors. Only 1% can be promoted to the highest level. The remaining 99% must take off their robes within 10 years. Imagine. What does a 99% elimination rate mean? This is more cruel than any industry. Gu Guangxi has been working at the grassroots level for 10 years. He had always wanted to make a name for himself. Seize your own 1% opportunity. In the world of drug cases, killing 1 or 2 suspects is like slapping a few cockroaches to death. It's impossible to completely disappear. Want to get rid of these people? The only way is to directly attack their nests. When he looked at Li Jiangxiu, sharply aware of the uniqueness of this young man, Zhu Guangxi asked him to wipe his hair away. He is not an addict.
너 야당질 당한 거 같다? 준호는 음료수 먹었더니 그 뒤로 기억이 없다고. 이거 100%지 뭐.
예, 맞아요.
지가 잡힐 것 같으니까 널 이용한 거네.
맞아요. 맞습니다, 검사님.
너 외우는 거 잘하니?
예?
Li Jiangxi was superhuman memory, able to recite a large amount of personal information quickly and accurately. Then Zhu Guangxi gave up his conditions. In the cell where Jiangxiu is, there's a drug dealer named Gao Honghai. As long as Jiangxiu can fill in the gaps in all clues, Zhu Guangxi promised to win half of his sentence for him. Want to get close to Gao Honghai? The first step is to win his trust. Jiangxiu soon ushered in an opportunity. When Gao Honghai was bullied by another gang, he stood up without hesitation. Attack Gao Honghai. This courage and loyalty let Gao Honghai look at him with admiration. Jiangxiu successfully entered the internal area because of this. Over time, Jiangxiu gradually filled all the gaps in intelligence. Gao Honghai's huge transaction network was uprooted. In the end, Jiangxiu successfully reduced his sentence, and Zhu Guangxi also relied on this beautiful drug-killing operation, promoted to deputy minister and prosecutor. As the cooperation deepens between Zhu Guangxi and Jiangxiu, building a seemingly sincere relationship, Zhu Guangxi talks about his life experience. My mother brought him up alone. Before dawn, I'll go to the market to sell seafood, wash dishes in the restaurant all day after the end. My mother always tells him, do big things no matter what. Then Gu Guangxi announced that she was about to be transferred to the Western District Inspection Office, then Eastern District Inspection. The ultimate goal is the Special Investigation Department of the Central District Inspection. This promotion path reveals the power ladder of South Korea's judicial system. From place to soul, from the grassroots to the core, every step requires climbing up on someone else's shoulders. Zhu Guangxi asked Jiangxiu casually what to do after being released from prison. Jiangxiu lowered his head and smiled bitterly, saying that he hadn't thought about it yet. But Gu Guangxi suggested, it's better to be a specialist party. In this way, you will never have to worry about food and drink in this life. Can help yourself. What's even more surprising is, Zhu Guangxi took the initiative to propose, call me brother from now on. This approach to bring the relationship closer. No stranger to any industry. When the power person actively reduces his identity, often means he needs you to do more.
예. 형님 도울 수 있으면 하겠습니다. 전 대신 막 약쟁이 막 검사 이런 거 말고 진짜 형님 동생.
그래 알았어. 진짜 동생이야.
Two people raised their glasses to meet, made a seemingly sincere oath. But Gu Guangxi's next words were warned. You have to promise me something. Never touch drugs. The moment you put a needle on your arm, your life is over. Time comes 3 years later. Movie star Yan Ziyun. He was taken to the police station because he tested positive for the drug. She explained in panic, that's just a drug to take to lose weight by filming. Unexpectedly, it contains banned ingredients. The leader of the anti-drug group too looked at her coldly. It seems like I've been used to this innocent saying. The team leader asked her who gave the medicine. Seeing her hesitate, the team leader took out a photo of Zijin's phone. He threatens Su Jin and says, if you don't cooperate, all the charges will be taken to her. Let her stay in prison until she turns into ashes. At the same time, the cooperation between Zhu Guangxi and Jiang Zhu is gradually getting better. Two people are bright and dark. Cooperation is seamless. Zhu Guangxi stood at a high place overlooking the city's lights. He sighed that everything was in sight. It seems that I have reached the peak of power overnight, but the anxiety in my heart follows like a shadow. He told Jiang Zhu beside him, sometimes I feel like I am hanging in the air, falling at any time. In order not to let all this collapse, he can only seize the opportunity in front of him, and warned Jiang Zhu to do his best. The two looked at each other and smiled. Jiang Zhu told my brother not to think too much. Keep walking with your head up. Leave the rest to yourself. He will definitely help his brother enter the special department. The goal is directly aimed at the core of power. Jiang Zhu also gave him a lighter.
형님, 중앙지검 특수부까지 갈 건데 담배 하나를 펴도 좀 폼나게 이거 길게 쓰시는 겁니다. 정년 퇴임할 때까지 간지나게.
고맙다.
그리고 요거는 내 거.
야, 이거 커플이냐?
Then Jiang Zhu took out a bag of high-purity drugs. It is regarded as a top luxury on the black market. Extremely high price. The drug dealer who is fighting and making small troubles is not qualified to touch this.
고소한 냄새가 난다.
형님, 이건 고소한 냄새 아니지. 주유소에서 그냥 기름이 줄줄줄줄 새는 냄새지. 거기다가 불만 붙여주면은 뿜. 형님, 중앙지검 특수부 가고 나는 전국구 야당 가고.
기름 흘리고 다닌 새끼가 누군데?
사장이라고. 근데 저는 제가 이름은 잘 몰라요.
And the source of these supplies, it's a President Lion. The leader of the second drug anti-drug group is preparing to arrest President Lion. However, Jiang Zhu secretly informed President Lion, remind him to escape in time. President Lion follows Jiang Zhu's instructions, drive the car all the way to Nandong Station, but soon surrounded by police. President Lion picked up a piece of glass in a hurry. Put your neck to warn. Tried to force the police to retreat. And at this moment, with the harsh sound of brakes, the subway slowly enters the station. Zhu Guangxi led his men out of the carriage. One blow knocked down President Lion. Almost no chance to react. Immediately afterwards, Zhu Guangxi's men quickly stepped forward. Take President Lion away. The whole process was completed in one go.
얘는 우리가 며칠째 잠복해서 붙은 애라고요.
고생하셨는데.
자, 여기 영장 있어요. 네?
갑시다.
아니 지금 장난한 것도 아니고 우리가 이게 지금 형님! 야, 저 새끼 차에서 본 새끼 아니야?
예, 맞습니다.
저 새끼 저거 이강수라고 요즘 전국구 야당으로 뜨는 새끼입니다. 이것들이 아주 사건을 날로 따먹으려고 씨.
아이고, 그동안 고생이 많았네, 밖에서. 응? 이참에 안에 들어가서 푹 쉬어. 휴가다 생각하고.
검사님, 구형 얼마나 때리실 거예요? 뭐 한 5년?
아니야. 자, 얘는 응? 밀수인, 밀매, 투약, 소지 이것만 해도 최소 7년이야. 내가 마음만 먹으면 뭐 15년까지 받아낼 수가 있지.
오, 와, 길다. 어떻게, 그러면 여기서 공적으로 마무리를 할까요? 아니면 우리 사적으로 대화를 좀 해볼까요?
President Lion confessed to the gathering points of those young men. Team leader convinced Zizhen to be an undercover agent. Report to him about the movements of the young men. But Zhu Guangxi and the others arrive at the Lolar Hotel in advance. President Lion was released. Jiang Zhu wears the monitoring equipment in advance. In the hotel, a rich party is taking place. Drug dealers, celebrities are mixed together. Jiang Zhu observes secretly. After confirming the target identity, contact Zhu Guangxi quickly. Zhu Guangxi led the team to quickly surround them. The man in charge, Zhao Zun, immediately called his father. When the team leader leads the team to arrive, Zhu Guangxi has captured all of these people. Soon the people above found Zhu Guangxi. Impressed that Zhu Guangxi just needs to handle this matter well. Their presidential candidate will make Zhu Guangxi go further and worry-free. Faced with the double temptation of political pressure and personal ambitions, Zhu Guangxi felt an unprecedented opportunity. It's not just a case. It is also the ladder to the peak of power. On the balance of interest, the brotherhood of the past becomes insignificant. Zhu Guangxi made a decision to change everything. He chose to betray his brother. Betrayed justice, betrayed my former ideal. The temptation of power ultimately defeats the bottom line of human nature. Then Zhu Guangxi found President Lion, warned him nothing happened in the hotel and roller. Jiang Zhu was immediately retaliated by President Lion. Both legs were crushed directly. He almost lost consciousness after severe pain. Before he could breathe, President Lion's men put drugs in the syringe, injected his blood vessels mercilessly. At the same time, Zhu Guangxi's people came to the door. Take the team leader away. Someone testified that the team leader had received bribes from President Lion. This made the originally tense situation even worse. President Lion is in a weak. Jiangsu sneered and picked up another needle, punched into his neck hard. The subordinate brought a bucket of gasoline, spiked on Jiangsu's broken legs. Next moment, the lighter lit up with a snap. A ball of flame instantly swallowed Jiangsu's lower body.
한 달간 밥 먹이지 말고 약만 먹이가 내다 버리라.
3 months later, Li Jiangxiu is in the process of drug rehabilitation. Experience pain that ordinary people can't imagine. Hallucinations, convulsions, extreme desires. Every minute and every second is a torment. Li Jiangxiu did not completely sink into despair. After several months of painful drug rehabilitation, his mind gradually became clear. The flame of revenge begins to burn in my heart. The team leader was finally released after spending a year in prison. But what awaits him is not peace, but a new storm. Congressman Park Hyun-soo approached him. Park Hyun-soo pointed to the hotel incident a year ago. It was pointed out that the team leader was on the scene at that time. She even reveals the candidate's son was also at that party. However, the team leader was disheartened. Don't want to be involved in the vortex of power and conspiracy again. He silently picked up the child in his arms and turned around and left. Endless fatigue and determination in the back. At the same time, the presidential election has entered its final stage. Candidate Zhao Zhang remains ahead in polls, and Zhu Guangxi also successfully handled sensitive cases and nominated as the next attorney general's candidate. The candidate's son Zhao Zhang found Zhu Guangxi. Less than a month left in the election. Park Hyun-suk sent people to search his company's residence everywhere. Now, I found out the case from the hotel a year ago. He asked Zhu Guangxi to think of a solution. Zhejian was completely in decline. From a star to a drug dealer. When delivery is on your doorstep, blocked by Jiangsu. Then Jiangsu found the team leader. Let the three of them go on this dead end. It is the presidential candidate's son, Zhao Zun. Let the three of them pull down the prosecutor Zhu Guangxi. It's impossible to be with the presidential candidate's son. Jiangsu said he had a nuclear bomb in his hand. The party at the hotel a year ago. Li Jiangsu took pictures of the time. However, this video is now in the hands of President Lion. In order to completely defeat this chain of power, Jiangsu proposed a plan. The drug transport of President Lion forced him to appear. At the same time, sneak into the upcoming party Zhao Zun is going to hold. Take the opportunity to capture evidence of him taking drugs again.
아이 쪽수도 맞는데 1대1 다이다이로 갑시다. 염태수 고검사 저쪽은 조은.
This is a desperate action. If you are not careful, you will never be able to recover. Jiangsu cooperates with the team leader through the message of President Lion's mortal enemy. Successfully captured President Lion. Asked about the location of the memory card. The fatal video that has been buried for a year. Finally, the light of day is back. On the other hand, Sujin also boarded the yacht. Used hidden cameras. A scene of Zhao Zun injecting drugs. Then he hid in the toilet and sent the video to Jiangsu. At the same time, Jiangsu also asked the truth on the other side. President Lion acknowledged. Back then, it was Zhu Guangxi who instructed him to inject drugs into Jiangsu.
죽이면 됩니까?
이 사람이가 큰일 날 소리 하고 있어, 이씨. 당신 약 파는 사람 아니야. 그럼 팔다가 남는 게 있을 거 아니야. 예?
And here, cleverly involved Park Hyun-soo into a funding black hole, framed the capital flow a year ago in her name. With the overwhelming media coverage, Park Hyun-soo was quickly swallowed up by public opinion, become the target of public criticism. Just at this moment, Zhu Guangxi's subordinates rushed in to report. The anti-drug department just received an anonymous report. A yacht called the Eclipse offshore of Seoul. Gathering to take drugs, Zhu Guangxi heard the three words sun eclipse. The expression suddenly sank. He immediately realized this ship is the base Zhao Zun used to enjoy. Zhu Guangxi quickly called Zhao Zun. Let him evacuate quickly. They were taken to the town. The captain of the drug inspection team reported to Zhu Guangxi. The team leader arrested President Lion back. It seems to be caught in partnership with Jiangsu. There's also a woman named Zhejian.
강수원 수진 상자. 엄수진이가 배 타고 있는 거네.
After Zhao Zun took the people away, warned them not to contact before the election is over. Zhejian got in the car and left quickly. At this time, Zhao Zun received a call from Zhu Guangxi. But it's too late. Just when Sujin thought she was safe, she picked up her cell phone to dial Jiangsu's number. Report them excitedly. But the words have not finished. A loud noise tore through the night sky. A car suddenly rushed out, crashing hard into their car body. The vehicle is out of control and rolls, splashing glass. The man in black who crashed slowly approached. Take their cell phones and leave quickly. When Jiangsu and the team leader arrived, the car has already started to fire. 2 people were buried in the sea of fire. Jiangsu was discouraged at this moment. He intends to upload the videos he has taken to social media, then leave this useless country. The team leader questioned him. Is this over? Jiangsu is silent. The team leader reminded him, I should apologize to Sujin and my former friends. After all, the plot a year ago, it's not just them who hurt themselves. At the same time, Zhao Zun holds Zhejian's cell phone, looking at Jiangsu and the team leader's name frequently appearing in the address book. Angry questioning Zhu Guangxi. Are they so difficult to deal with?
아니 어렵지 않은데 자꾸. 제발 그냥 조용히 엎드려 엎드려 있읍시다. 그게 그렇게 어렵나 이씨.
관영, 뭐 미쳤어?
누가 미쳤는데? 지금 하루에도 몇 건씩 뉴스 다 찌라시 다 들쑤시고 난린데 이 와중에 또 사고를 쳐? 조 단장 나봐봐. 대한민국 검사는 대통령을 만들 수도 있고 죽일 수도 있어.
After Zhu Guangxi left, received a video from Jiang Ziufo. Then he received a brief notification from Jiang Ziu.
오랜만이다.
잘 지내셨습니까? 어우, 좋아 보입니다.
그래? 야 너도 좋아 보인다. 한 1년 만에 보는 건가? 그 동영상 보니까 옛날 생각나더라. 그건 네가 갖고 있었구나. 그 형 줘. 네가 갖고 있으면 뭐해?
조카,
응? 뭐라고?
이발놈아. 내가 그걸 너한테 왜 주니? 그냥 달라고 했으면 내가 그걸 안 줬을까?
야 강수야 이놈아. 너 뭔가 크게 오해를 하고 있는 것 같은데 1년 전 일 때문에 그런 거면 우리 서로 오해를 풀자. 어? 내가 그런 게 아니야. 내가 그렇게까지 하라고 시켰겠어?
시켜? 뭘? 뭘 어떻게 하라고 시킨 건지 알고 말하네. 네가 약하지 말래매. 이발 형이래매? 동생한테 주사기를 꽂냐?
내가 젖빠지게 공부해가지고 평생 너 같은 약쟁이들 뒷공문이나 쫓아다니면서 살아야 되겠니? 야 이 새끼야, 너 지금 무슨 짓거리를 하고 있는지 모르겠지만 그 짓거리 하지 마라.
하면 나도 죽이게?
그럴 수 있지 않겠니? 내가 어떻게 하는지 봤잖아.
오케이. 그럼 내가 앞으로 뭘 할지, 내가 앞으로 어떤 개 지랄을 떨지 기대하쇼. 우리 다음에 볼 때는 지옥에서 봅시다.
The next day, Jiang Ziu found President Lion's mortal enemy again. He took out the drugs he's stolen from President Lion that day for 1 kilogram per dollar, sold to the other party. I hope the other party can help get 2 tickets to go abroad. Jiang Ziu plans to hand over the video to Park Hyun-soo, leaving South Korea with the team leader. Unexpectedly, his mortal enemy turned around and told Gu Guangxi about the news. The condition is to return President Lion's territory to her. Team leader finds Park Hyun-soo, prepared to hand over the video to her, but it's not close yet. Just stopped by Zhu Guangxi's people. But all I got was video backup. Zhu Guangxi chose to take the initiative to release the video.
이걸 내시게요?
손 기자가 그랬지. 뜨거운 건 밖에서 식혀야 된다고.
아니 그래도 그렇지 너무 뜨거운데요?
왜 쫄려?
형님 갈아타시는 거예요?
범죄 혐의가 있으면 수사하는 게 검사야. 그게 뭐 이상해? 기자도 마찬가지잖아. 진실 편이잖아. 누구의 편도 아니고.
Then Zhu Guangxi called, let Zhao Zun take the initiative to pass by. At this moment, in front of the Seoul Central District Inspection Gate, already surrounded by news media, every action of a camera lens aimed at Zhao Zun.
국민 약쟁이라고 불리는데 신경이 어떻습니까? 혐의를 인정하십니까? 도시 한마디만 해주십시오. 혐의 인정하십니까? 국민께 한 말씀 부탁드립니다.
At this time, Zhu Guangxi threatened with the team leader's daughter, asked him to hand over Jiang Ziu's phone number. The team leader's expression was stiff and the corners of his mouth trembled slightly. He was silent for a moment and slowly reached out to ask for a cigarette. Take a deep breath after igniting. Write down Jiang Ziu's phone number. Then Gu Guangxi told President Lion about the location information. He ordered him to kill Jiang Ziu. In the procuratorate, Zhao Zun's urine has been dropped. Use a sample of the son of the middle school student of the procuratorate. Test report shows no drug was detected. Zhu Guangxi said with a sneer, wait for the debate to end. We'll release the news. Zhao Zun was declared negative. Tomorrow, I will issue corruption charges against Park Hyun-soo. 1 week later is the election. At that time, Yin's candidate. No matter what method is used, it is difficult to turn the tables. Zhao Zun is impressed, but he couldn't help mentioning reporter Song. Want to tear him apart. Ju Guangxi said there is no need for that. He spreads unconsensual videos. Article 14 has been violated. 7 years in jail, fine 50 million won. Wait for the law to deal with him. President Lion and his men followed the positioning to the designated area, prepared to end Jiang Ziu's life with great momentum, but they just stepped into the dim alley. Unexpectedly, they were waiting for them to be a mortal enemy. President Lion instantly realized something was wrong. This is simply a trap. But before I could order a retreat, the other party had already swung the blade of the cold light and rushed forward. Just a few minutes. Heart-wrenching screams echoed in the alley, the sound of the broken flesh with the blade. At the same time, presidential candidate Zhao Shang's debate is being broadcast live nationwide. He made a solemn promise in front of the TV camera. If confirmed his son did use drugs, he will withdraw from the presidential race immediately. At this moment, Zhao Zun was sitting in the interrogation room of the procurator's office. Relaxed expression. It seems that all the crises have passed. However, the live TV screen was suddenly interrupted. The host interrupted with a serious expression. Sorry for the interruption, but there is currently a video that is spreading rapidly on the internet. The next second, the TV screen suddenly lights up. It was played by Gu Guangxi and Zhao Zun. A video of a conspired conversation that was not long ago. Scandal of two colluding to forge drug evidence. Unreserved exposure to the public. Before everyone could react, the screen suddenly switches to live broadcast. Show the room they are in at the moment. Everyone's expressions were instantly stiff. The air seems to be solidified. Ju Guangxi's face was gloomy. Turn your head slowly and look out the window. His eyes stopped on a roof opposite. Jiang Ziu is standing there. The curtains were quickly pulled up. Everyone dispersed. The room has returned to a brief silence. Ju Guangxi angrily spit out the food in her mouth. But I found the sound of spitting something. It was posted on TV. Immediately realized there is a monitoring device in the room. He searched for a while. I realized it was a lighter in my pocket. At this moment, Gu Guangxi suddenly realized.
네가 직접 검찰로 달려들겠다고? 어떻게?
구검사한테 전화 한 통화만 해달라고. 이강수 넘겨주겠다고.
너 왜 너희들 도와줘야 되는데? 이강수 찾고 계시지.
무조건 부속실 안으로 들어가야 돼요.
답변하면 핍시다.
물론 우리가 직접 들어갈 필요는 없고.
수사관님, 이거 팩스 보내주세요.
라이터에 있는 마이크는 부싯돌이 켜지는 순간 자동으로 카메라에 연동될 거예요.
인보 피비해갖고 좀 서운하셨죠? 근데 태우세요.
요거는 내 거.
야, 이거 허플이냐? 내가 여기까지 어떻게 왔는데, 내가 씨발놈아!
Li Jiangxiu stood in the night view of Seoul, looking at the lights of the city. His revenge plan was a complete success. All those who hurt him received the punishment they deserve. Finally, Zhao Zun sucks out the hallucinations. Think of yourself as a Superman. Jumped down from the roof. Gu Guangxi was also taken away for investigation.